This guy claims that he made India's first anime, except people suspect it might be completely AI generated. Which, on a complete side note, I don't know too much about anime like in general because I don't watch that much anime, but there is another anime called Varden anime, which they self-purport themselves as India's first dark fantasy anime. Anyways, they at least have been around for 6 months, so that would already make the first Indian anime a false statement, but let's take a look at this. So there are already some snippets that are being shown, like this one, for example, where this is being highlighted as the trailer set in early 2000s Kolkata. The First Phone is an Indian animation series that follows the tender story of young love, friendship, and the nostalgia of a city on the edge of change. And this is titled as The First Phone. And already, if you look at the visuals, there are things that are looking very not hand-drawn, not handmade. So first one, the spokes of the bicycle go through the bottom of the dress, which is already not correct. And any animator who was to hand draw a piece would not draw it that way because they would recognize that it was wrong. Also, this is interesting because like I can't really tell what's happening on the bike, right? Because basically, in the bike, as you can see, the male lead is biking with the female lead sitting behind him. Here, it kind of looks like she's sitting on his lap because this is the front bicycle wheel, right? Because you can see the connecting metal wire, like the metal frame is going backwards, which would indicate, you know, the back wheel is down here. So it kind of looks like she's sitting in front of him here with because of the skirt draping over the front wheel. But then on the immediate next frame, we have the front wheel and there's no skirt. It's the guy biking. So they are somehow both sitting on the front of the bicycle. But clearly, again, she's behind him because as you can see, she's grabbing the back of his shirt. And as you can see here, he's sitting in the front, she's sitting behind him. So I'm already confused about that. And then we have this where if you caught it, this person places two drinks on the table and then there's like two little like holes that appear beneath the drinks. Here we have the chef that is cooking and I don't know what's happening with the head. It looks like this person's turning their head both this way and this way at the same time. And here they're kind of like sitting on the bank. And here we have this user on Twitter writing, a person in India is claiming to have made an entire animated film on his own. But after Backlash, he has posted process. And it's clear the entire thing is 100% AI. And this is the video in question where they're basically stating, yep, it's finally here, India's first anime. This is a low budget production. There's no advertisements. And you can watch the first episodes for just a certain price. And also, by the way, in case I didn't say it already, but please don't send hate to any parties involved, the poster, the person who made the animation, etc. Don't bully people. But here they also have this where they highlight both a before and the final outputs, where you can see there are some frames like the dress sitting over the side. Actually, now I'm looking at the process. I think this makes a little bit more sense. It was just confusing because the bike is not going in the same direction frame by frame, so it looks like it's confusing. So I think she was actually sitting on the back of the bike. They had the bike going this way to show her on the back. In the immediate next frame, they had the bike going this way to show him in the front. So like that change of perspective made it really confusing to see what direction the bicycle was going in. But here we have the before versus the final output. So the earring was changed in the process. And then you can see the before, the hair is not the same at all. The drink being poured and placed on the table. And the Twitter user writes, pretty much everyone in the comment section has already realized it, but he is still posting more and more videos. And there are comments saying, no AI, support real art and artists. And here's another person who is making a video kind of analyzing it, where again, the earring is not the same at all. The person's hair is not the same. The bike is also not the same. Actually, this one was funny. I didn't even notice this actually, but they're pouring the drink, right? Look at the bottom. They're pouring the drink and somehow there's like less and less drink. Like as they're pouring, there's I guess there's a hole in the bottom and it's draining it. And they're highlighting it. There's a hand here. Wait, what is actually happening here? Like it's supposed to be, I guess, somebody grabbing a plate from the salesperson, except like, why does it look like that? Like, do you see that? What is happening with the hand? And then again, the chef here. I don't know what's going on here. Somebody says, I thought it was AI generated filler over a storyboard base, but it's clearly tracing over AI images. And OP says, I feel like it's using stock PNG files and then asking AI to animate those frames. And I mean, the thing that makes it more interesting is it's like in collaboration with this account called Heartmaids, which is India's first artist handmade marketplace. And we will debate that because I personally believe that almost everything on this page is AI generated in some degree, okay? They sell these ocean necklaces, okay? The chain link is broken. Like this is AI generated. Look at the chain link here. This is an open chain link. This chain would immediately fall out of this link if it was open like this. necklace. It's not possible for it to be like that and for the necklace to stay intact. But then if you go to the next frame, oh wow, the link is fixed again. Then we have this, and again, the chain link behavior is so odd. This one is so small compared to all the rest of them, and they're all like kind of wobbly and a bit distorted. Also, somehow there's like a big line in the sand in some of the art pieces. Like here we have another like line in the sand. This is just odd. And then we have these flower bouquets. These are most definitely AI generated. I feel like I don't even need to explain this. Also, most definitely AI generated. This one is the most egregious one in my opinion. I don't know what's happening here. And then we have the crochet. And I recently got into crochet last year. I don't know what's happening here. It looks like it's like weirdly distorted in front. Like it looks like there's like a crochet arm behind it and they photoshopped another character on top of it, right? Or possibly they had like a legitimate crocheted character and they ran it through AI to clean it up, which is why it looks like this. This I also thought was odd because like this is stitching over crochet, right? The sash here, but why does the O look so janky and distorted? Like if you're able to crochet a doll this well, I am very, very certain that you can make an O look like an O. Like it just looks a bit odd. The lighting of the crochet also doesn't make sense because this crochet is like very lit from the left, except there's a window behind them, so they should be very backlit. But the way the shadow looks on them implies that they're lit from the top. So the shadow and the lighting on the character, the crochet doll, doesn't match up with the actual lighting, which is from this window behind them. And then we have these earrings, and this is most definitely also AI generated. They use the same model, but just look at the embroidery, okay? The embroidery is a little bit wobbly here. Like the flower, the petals are a little bit further apart. Wow, this is the exact same girl, but how come the embroidery is perfect in this image? And then here, the flower is super janky in its embroidery. And there are other images of crochet, right? When you scroll far down enough, and these to me look pretty legit. So I don't know if it's like legit crochet and they just like upscaled it in AI and it just started looking really janky, or it's actually AI generated. There's also these masks, and there is an artist that is linked, and it takes you to a dead page, so I can't confirm nor deny. But again, going through their page, a substantial amount of stuff on here is AI generated, so it wouldn't surprise me if the animation also incorporated AI. And the nail in the coffin is the fact they did disclose it actually in some posts. Here they write, the series blends 2D animation with subtle 3D elements and thoughtfully used AI-assisted techniques. And here they write, we're blending hand-drawn art with AI environments to tell a story. So that is the nail in the coffin. They did admit to it, the fact that they use AI. If you want to watch it or not, that is completely up to you. Don't send hate to any parties involved, but I do think it's a bit of false advertisement to advertise something as India's first anime if it's not a true statement, which again, it does already look like there is an Indian anime that came before theirs, which would then make that statement untrue. I'm curious about your thoughts. If it is honestly advertised, it is what it is. I personally am not a fan of Gen AI, but there are people that will use it, and I don't think it's something that should be warrant like hate sent towards anybody. I just personally will not support it. That's just me. Would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section, and happy 2026! Welcome to the new year. What are your New Year's resolutions? One of mine last year was to lose the COVID weight that I gained. I achieved that. I lost 34 pounds last year. So now my goal this year is to become a muscle mommy. So we're trying to get that. We'll report back in the later months to see if that's actually true. Anyways, if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. I have digital art there for streamers and creators. I also have a coffee with free resources like a free sponsorship guide. And I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch y'all there or in another video. Peace.